Real quickly before the video starts, I recorded this video before the Thursday night game, so I am aware that the Ravens and the Dolphins records will be different. So I am aware. The Raiders are 2-5. Even though the Raiders are 2-5 and the Titans have one victory, the Jets have one victory on the season, I still think that they are the worst team in football. They look out of sync. I think Pete Carroll may need to pack it up and go home. I think he's 73 years old. He doesn't look like it, but old Sneaky Pete may need to retire. He's done enough. And when I look at this Raiders team now, I only feel bad for two men. That's Max Crosby and Brock Bowers. Next up, the Los Angeles Superchargers. They're 5-3. They hit a bit of a slump, but they seem to have gotten back on track against Minnesota. They seem to have a new young running back in Vidal. They have Herbert. Keenan Allen is back. He seems to be happy knowing that he has a quarterback that can deliver him the ball. They have a strong defense, but I put the Chargers in that Atlanta Falcons, Dallas Cowboys. I can't think of anybody else at the moment, but I put them in that ilk where they have good teams and it looks like they're going to go all the way and then they choke. So I just don't trust the Chargers is what I'm saying. The Tennessee Titans 1-7. I mean, it looks like they should not have given up Mike Vrabel. Cam Ward, this is his rookie season. He's another athletic freak of nature quarterback, and he needs to learn how to throw from the pocket. When I look at this Titans team, there are some pieces that I like. I felt like this over the past few seasons, but they need to find a franchise quarterback. Hopefully Cam will be that guy. And then they fired their head coach. So find a quarterback, find a head coach, and then I think they will be able to build from there. The Houston Texans, 3-4. I was high on them last year. I thought that they would be a super team. I thought that they would be averaging 30 points per game. What has plagued them last year is still plaguing them this year, or this season. The offensive line can't really protect CJ Stroud. He doesn't really have a lot of talent to work with at the wide receiver position. And CJ himself continues to kind of struggle. He hasn't looked as impressive as he did his rookie season, and they still continue to struggle to score in the red zone. So I don't see this team getting far if they do make the playoffs. They'll probably barely get in, but I'm not really too hyped on the Texans. The Jacksonville Jaguars. 4-3. Trevor Lawrence hasn't really done anything. I'm over Trevor Lawrence. I kept giving this guy the benefit of the doubt. I thought he would progress throughout his career. I thought he would get better, but I don't think Trevor has had an MVP season. I don't think Trevor has been in the MVP conversation. I haven't really been too impressed with Trevor Lawrence, even when they made the playoffs. The man is too inconsistent. He misses wide open throws, easy throws that a professional quarterback should make. Hell, a high school quarterback would probably make. And this is yet another team that I don't really trust. I think they have some talent. ETN, Travis Hunter, the rookie, he has made some plays when he's got his opportunities. I think he needs to do a better job of running his routes better. And I also think that they need to figure out what they're going to do with him. I think he, at some point, needs to play on one side of the ball. If you want to use him on both sides, fine, but, well, no. You increase the chances of him getting hurt. Figure out what you want to do with him. All right, he's not Deion Sanders. He's not that type of talent. The Cleveland Browns, 2-6. Great defense, bad offense. They gave away Joe Flacco, and it seems like they're going to run with the young bucks, Dylan Gabriel, who hasn't looked very impressive, but he's a rookie, so gotta cut him some slack. It looks like Shedeur may never get an opportunity, and based on what I've heard about Shedeur Sanders, he doesn't really help himself in getting a chance to play. Jerry Jeudy continues to drop passes. They need to find a number one wide receiver, and it's Cleveland at the end of the day. Myles Garrett doesn't really give a shit because he's, $420 million richer now. The Baltimore Ravens, 2-5. This is another year where Lamar Jackson is not going to compete for a chance to get his ring. He is hurt yet again. The Baltimore defense is not very good. They are not the vintage Baltimore defense that this franchise has been known for producing for decades. They're getting beat up at the line of scrimmage. The secondary is giving up big plays. They can't win one-on-one matchups. Teams are running the ball all over them. I mean, the Houston Texans looked like the team that I expected them to look last season against them. They played a complete game against the Baltimore Ravens. The Cincinnati Bengals, 3-5. Joe Flacco, he seems to be really comfortable in the offense, playing alongside Jamar Chase. T. Higgins got a running back in Chase Brown who can catch out of the backfield. But the defense still is not helping out the offense. They're still giving up big plays. Even Trey Hendrickson, he hasn't really had much of an impact. I wonder if he's regretting staying. I think he had an option to leave, but I don't really keep up with the whole contract shit. But I think Cincinnati probably paid him what he wanted, but he hasn't had much of an impact. So yeah, the Bengals. Did I say they're 4-3? They're 3-5. Next up, the Pittsburgh Steelers. They have a quarterback, yay, and Aaron Rodgers, who will probably be around for the next 2 seasons. Mike Tomlin is on the hot seat. When I heard the criticism that he got last season, I was thinking to myself, well, finally, all right, I'm not a Mike Tomlin hater. I think he's a good coach. They've consistently made the playoffs despite the fact that he hasn't had a quarterback to work with. But I've always said to myself, why isn't this guy getting any criticism? But other coaches are so quick to get fired and to be put on the hot seat. So now it looks like he's being put on the hot seat, and apparently Steeler fans are ready for him to go. And if he does leave, I would love for him to come to Atlanta. The defense, though, another team in this division with a bad defense. The Steel Curtain, more like the Steel Charmin. Secondary gives up big plays, getting beat one-on-one. And me being a certified Jalen Ramsey hater, it's been nice to see him get owned at times one-on-one. Friggin' douche. Pass rush is non-existent. I don't know what's going on with his defense. I mean, I look at the defense and they have some guys, but they're just not producing. And ever since last season, towards the end of last season, they have just been getting mollywopped and ran through by talented teams that can actually score. I think the AFC North will come down to the Bengals and the Steelers. Okay, the New York Jets. New York City are 1-7. Yay, they finally got their first win against the Bengals, who took a horrible loss Sunday. Justin Fields looked like a guy who just started playing football. Like he just started his first season of football ever in his life. That's how he looked, watching him trying to throw from the pocket. And then Sunday against Cincinnati, the coaching staff said, you know what? Why don't we play to your strengths? Let's have you run the ball. Let's dial up some plays that allows you to use your legs. If no one's down the field, take off and run. Get us 4 yards. Hey, why don't we give the ball to our running back, Breece Hall, who I don't think gets enough touches in this Jets offense. But let's give the ball to our running backs. So another year for the Jets where they do nothing and go nowhere. And last but not least, the Miami Dolphins are 2-6. Never been too high on this team. Even the year when they made the playoffs, people saw Tua throw deep balls to Tyreek Hill and put up some numbers. And they thought they were going to go far. And I was like, no, they can't really handle physical teams. And then, of course, some butthurt fans and fanboys or girls or T-Jenners, whatever the fuck these people are, got upset and held their tears back and wrote disrespectful things in the comment section. And then look what happened throughout that season. They got bounced by the Chiefs. Physical team. Tagovailoa, he still keeps his head on one side of the field. He misses reads. I think he is timid and scared to hang in the pocket and take a hit because he is worried about getting another concussion. Mike McDaniels, he's on the hot seat. It looks like he might be out the door soon. You hear about this team week after week. Tua putting his foot in his mouth, and Mike Daniels looks uncomfortable and nervous at the podium. And apparently before they played Atlanta on Sunday, I guess Tua and Mike were verbally sparring at one another. I guess they were saying some things about each other. So this team has gotten worse. They are a mess. Tyreek Hill, he was smiling when he got injured, so I guess he doesn't want to be there anymore. But this team is a mess. So those are my quick hot takes. I am writing these teams off. I don't think they're going to do anything this season. So please like and subscribe. That is it. I am out.